Everybody in the house tonight, come on now. Non-discreet, my style is chic. We all family, meet and greet. Stand up, don't recline your seats, cause I'm about to take you behind the beats.
Here's a cool link. Little Richard is the blueprint. He is rock and roll, part of my DNA. You know who said that? Janelle Monáe.
The android, the future. Janelle's like the best. Do I need to calm down?
Nope.
Good, because it's not just her music, it's her ethic. A sci-fi R&B icon who marches for Black Lives Matter.
And embraces her queerness. Yeah, a boundary mover. Exactly like Little Richard. And Janelle's whole vibe, be yourself no matter what and maybe change the world, that's in Little Richard's DNA too.
I love it. Let's go.
Little Richard grew up in a big religious family, competing with his siblings for his mom's attention and his dad's affection.
He stands out, though.
Yeah, one of his legs is shorter than the other, so he's got a distinctive bouncy walk, and...
He thinks his head is too big, but it's cool, because he clearly owns it.
Exactly. Bullies thought he was fragile and called him little. That's where that comes from.
That's so rad. No better way to stand up for yourself than liking yourself.
When he starts singing in church, it's his talent that stands out.
At 14, he'd been noticed by the biggest gospel star on earth, Sister
Rosetta Tharpe, a guitar prodigy and absolutely one of the coolest people to have ever lived.
Yeah, wild, right?
And she got him to be her opening act.
Well done, kid.
Whoa, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. You know the walls come tumbling down. Well, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down.
Sister Rosetta's the first to accompany gospel with an electric guitar. One of the first people to use distortion.
She's a legend, able to sing gospel in the church in the morning and blues at the Cotton Club in Harlem at night.
And she's queer, too. She's the godmother of rock and roll, and she influences everyone after. Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, and of course, Little Richard.
Who has found his calling. He's going to become a professional gospel singer. Except maybe not. In the segregated South, freedom of expression for a young black man is found in church or on the Chitlin Circuit.
Sorry, did you say the Chitlin Circuit?
Yes, it's the name of a series of black-owned nightclubs, dance halls, juke joints, and theaters that black artists considered safe to perform in during segregation. As artists play up and down the circuit, Little Richard never misses a performance by his idol, another guy who owns his nickname.
Fats Domino, the living, breathing, piano-pounding embodiment of all the musical richness of Louisiana.
They call me the Batman, 'cause I went to and found all the girls that love me, 'cause I know my way around. I was standing on.
Fats blends jazz, blues, Caribbean rhythms, and Cajun melodies into a danceable style called New Orleans R&B.
His song Fat Man was a huge success in 1949, like 1 million copies sold.
His bouncy style on the piano and his huge, just sheer funness both leave their mark on Little Richard. I love him. He can make a piano talk. Hey, big head, get out and stay out.
As a teenager, Richard's father kicks him out. He doesn't approve of his son's queerness and cross-dressing.
Get out. I hate you and I don't want to hear your name ever again.
Jeez, tough luck for old Pops, because soon the whole world's going to be saying Little Richard's name. On his own at 17, he starts his showbiz career in earnest. It's not the Cotton Club, okay, but he gets a gig with a traveling salesman named Dr. Hudson,
who features Little Richard singing and performing in drag as they drive around the South selling herbal medicine.
which is wild.
But it did give him a chance to perform, to sing with different blues bands across the South.
And develop his look. The hair, the makeup. Little Richard finally looks like Little Richard.
Yep, turbans, jewel-studded capes, tiny mustache, and a big hairdo for a big head. But nothing really hits for Richard until he gets a chance to make a record with Fats Domino's band. But the recording session doesn't start so hot, so the group takes a break and goes to lunch at the Dewdrop Inn.
Away from the stress of the recording studio, Richard feels like himself again.
He decides to play a song he wrote washing dishes back in Macon, one with lyrics that were straight wild for 1955.
I know this one.
We gotta cut this record. This is it. The band knows a hit when they hear one, but Little Richard's worried his mom back in Macon might hear his crude lyrics?
What are they?
Well, he rhymes tutti frutti with booty, a lot. So the lyrics are rewritten in 15 minutes. And a booty-free Tutti Frutti is released in October 1955.
It's an instant hit. Little Richard combines the joyful wildness of Sister Rosetta Tharpe's gospel and the R&B piano partying of Fats Domino into something that changes the world.
By 22, he's laid the foundations of rock and roll. Boom! He inspires generations of rock musicians, and not just musically. His success as a flamboyant black performer helped encode boundary pushing into the DNA of rock.
That is rock and roll. That is rock and roll.
Exactly, which is why he's loved by legends like David Bowie and Prince and superstars like Lady Gaga, Lil Nas X, and
Janelle Monáe. Because if you look behind the beats, all music is related.
We are family. Yes, sir. Everybody in the house tonight, come on now. Non-discreet, my style is chic. We all family, meet and greet. Stand up, don't recline your seats, cause I'm about to take you behind the beats.